Hey Phantomaniacs, welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are looking at Trap-Jaw from Masters of the Universe Revelation from the Masterverse line. You hear this from me all the time. I'm not collecting this line. However, Trap-Jaw is my favorite character from Masters of the Universe. So when I saw this in store, on sale no less, like the first time I ever saw this, it was on sale. Weird. But when I saw it, I was like, well, I got to get this Trap-Jaw. I got to have it. And I don't buy every Trap-Jaw, but if it's convenient and the price is right and I like the look of the figure, I will buy me a Trap-Jaw. So let's take a look at this packaging. He comes in the larger kind of deluxe packaging of the Masterverse line. Sorry, my clip I use for my, well, now everything is just shaking all over the place. Okay, this packaging is pretty fancy and eye-catching. You got some great art on the side, and I love this background in here. We'll take a look at that in a second. And then we see Trap-Jaw. We've got the cross sell of everybody else that's available right now. Although I don't think I've seen this faker yet. Unless this is the deluxe faker, and I just didn't notice he came with that head, which is probably exactly the case. Trap-Jaw, evil and armed for combat. Half mortal, half machine, the sinister cyborg Trap-Jaw made his name terrorizing Eternians. Armed with an array of deadly devices that attached to his mechanical arm, the man with the metal jaw served Skeletor as an obedient weapon of destruction. With Skeletor gone, Trap-Jaw serves a new master now, Triclops, of the technological cult-worshipping Motherboard. So we get a cool new look for for Trap-Jaw, well, and for Triclops. And a great new story. If you didn't watch Revelations, I really think that you should. I dug the heck out of it. I had one major issue with it that I'm not going to get into here, but as far as just the story, the narrative, I thought it was awesome. It was so much more than I expected as far as being just respectful of the franchise, but also going forward with a really interesting, different narrative that felt like it had tons of fan service, but at the same time, it did a lot of things that were compelling and kept me interested in the franchise, rather than just being, oh, well, here's more of that. All right, let's see what we've got here. First, I like the background. It looks like the rock of Castle Grayskull, except that it's actually gray. But it's a great background to put, your toys up against. Lots of stuff with this Trap-Jaw, which is what makes him deluxe. I appreciate that this is the Trap-Jaw figure. So rather than doing a regular release and then also doing a deluxe release that comes with all of his ceremonial garb or whatever, they just were like, well, let's just knock it all out in one package. Great colors on this guy. He's really, really bright and fun to look at. And that's one of the things I've always liked about Trap-Jaw, just as a character, is his design. He's just a very appealing character to look at. And that was the magic of so many of the Masters of the Universe characters, is they really had to dial it in on the colors, because obviously they were, sharing so much tooling throughout the line. That's where you had to get unique with things. You would have a different head, a different arm or set of hands or whatever the case may be, but where you really had the opportunity to make those characters unique as a shelf presence or toy box presence or whatever, was with the color design. And Trap-Jaw has one of my favorites. All right, so obviously this is a new take on Trap-Jaw. Man, he already feels better to me than some of the earlier figures, because I bought Skeletor and I bought God Skeletor, and they felt rubbery and cheap to me. I was not impressed. But Trap-Jaw feels much sturdier to me than those figures. Oh, I like this design a lot. Look at that. Stands right up, no problem. He does. He feels so much better. Wow. This might have been a mistake. I hope I'm not going to embark on collecting this line now. So, arm is great. You can see... Well, let's take a look at the portrait first. He's got the traditional loop in the top of this helmet where you can put some string through and zip him down a zip line. The face underneath that helmet is just gruesome and evil looking, but a nice feature that I like that differentiates this design, he has this massive lower jaw that I think looks fantastic and gives him, honestly, even more character. And then you open up and you've got this disgusting, like, where he lost the bottom part of his jaw. I'm a big fan of this new take. I think it looks really good. And if you don't ever want to see that part of it, well, you just keep that jaw up there. I love the studs on the top of his helmet. The sculpt and the paint is really well done on those. Look at his skin. So his skin isn't just blue skin that has texture to it. And there's even some paint to bring that texture out. Looks great. This big stud on his shoulder, his armor piece here. This is all like a metallic color. And his robot arm has a pretty decent amount of movement at the shoulder. It's got the bicep swivel. It is not double jointed, but does not need to be, because it's got a nice deep bend right there. He's got his blaster. He's got his, really a new, that's tough to get on. So you can see the way the peg works on that. Oh man. That does not want to go on. Okay, so I might have to heat this up to expand it a little bit and get that peg in there. Let's see if this hook works any better. No, the hook doesn't particularly want to go on there either. Almost got it. Wow, it's almost like the hole isn't deep enough. Oh, now this is like stuck. I'm just going to jam that down, and there we go. So now he's got his hook on. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite Trap-Jaw accessory? The blaster, the claw, or you like that hook? The hook looks pretty good on this one. I'm digging that. So he's got his big green belt. He's got his loincloth, and you can see this piece has been used on the other figures, but he's got this belt that goes on top. And the reason for that, we'll get to it in a minute. One last time, I just want to say how vibrant and wonderful these colors look. I mean, I'm really, really impressed with how nice this figure looks. Hip-wise, he's got standard hips. He's got thigh swivels. We already saw the double-jointed knees that work really nicely. I love his big, giant knee armor here. I think it looks great. He's got standard modern ankles. He's almost got like a pirate boot look going on there. Oh, man, I'm telling you guys, he feels so much better than those first releases felt. Those were so gummy and rubbery feeling. They just felt so cheap. He feels great. He feels like a solid action figure. All right. So let's take a look at his tunic and his, I guess, tabard that goes along with his position as an acolyte of the motherboard, or whatever they call it. So that belt comes off. I wonder if that head is going to pop right off. It kind of, oh, it has to. Oh yeah, easily pop that head off. That's great. You've got a Velcro closure on the back of his tunic. We're just going to slide that right over those arms. And I'll go ahead and tell you guys right now that I'm not going to be displaying him this way because I just want him to be, well, see, that's a tough call because this look makes him a unique example of Trap-Jaw, which is a very cool thing that I want to have on the shelf. But even without this going on, he's a unique example of Trap-Jaw. So I'm going to have to make a decision on what I want to do there. I don't need two of these, but I wouldn't say no to a second one if the sale, or if they go even deeper on sale, I guess. Okay, so this all works extremely well. The belt goes right into place. Head goes right back on, and you have got Motherboard Acolyte Trap-Jaw, which is a great look. I dig it. I like the simplicity of this transformation. Like it's literally just 3 extra pieces, but you have a completely different look for this character. He also has, I mentioned this, he's got a C-grip over here. Look at that. Look how great that armor piece looks. Just the design on these is really wonderful. So he's got a C-grip there that honestly isn't really necessary for anything. So I would prefer to put just this relaxed hand on him to be something a little different. So there you go. This is a great figure, you guys. Quality-wise, it feels, I know I've said it a bunch, but it feels so much better than those first releases that I got from this line. I might have made a mistake here because now I know they've upped their game on these Masterverse figures. This one, it feels good. The articulation is great. The colors are beautiful. I might be hooked here. Keep an eye on the Needless Things YouTube channel in the coming weeks and find out if I start reviewing a bunch more Masterverse figures. Because I really, really love this guy. They've done a fantastic job. What an improvement over those first couple of figures. Thanks for watching, you guys. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and come back every week for more toy reviews. Okay, so I'm back for a minute. This was significant enough for me to start back up. I was taking my pictures for my header images and stuff, and something that I forgot to look at while I was actually doing the review is the storage here for his other attachments, and this was significant enough for me to start recording again. It's terrible. Like, I don't know how this got past the design team, but this is just, this doesn't work at all. This is how these things under his arms like this is awful, completely terrible. It just doesn't work. And you can kind of push him to hang to the back a little bit, but it's still not good. This placement is just terrible. Why these loops couldn't have been put right here, I don't know. So there. I as much as I love this figure and think it's absolutely fantastic, the storage for his extra arm attachments is just botched. It's absolutely awful. So there you go. I had to come back on to let you guys know that, because if you, well, Dave said this figure is great. I guess I'm going to grab one because it's available at Target right now. I might as well go get it. And then when you got home and were like, what is this junk? You would have been all mad at me and left a mean comment, and I would have deserved it. So now I'm telling you guys, oh, look at that, though. Okay, so there's another good reason to have come back on, as I realized you can push that down into place. So, oh, okay, so wait, is this going to make a difference? No, it's not, because there's still going to be giant in the way things. Yeah, that's still no good. But you can push his belt down into place too, which I didn't feel like you could before. So that's cool. Still an awesome figure. You're just going to have to put his extra parts you're not using in your parts bin or your drawer or whatever. Thanks for watching, you guys. And remember, the jaw is a trap.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.